what we should see. All we should see is the good we know that others do for us, and show them all our gratefulness.
Good job. I got mixed up. So, we all know a rainstorm, it doesn't start out pouring right away. First, it just starts just like. So when I pass you, that's when you start snapping your fingers. Okay? And then just a little bit faster. And then start a little bit faster. And then go slower and slower. And then stop. All right.
Bow down my ears and hear the words of the wise, and apply my heart unto my knowledge.
Joe Fredrickson was the president of a paper mill company. One evening, as he was on his way home from work, driving through the curving mountain road with the sun setting over the western mountains, he was thinking of the events of the day and his family when up ahead on the road he seen something. Well, he didn't quite know what it was, but as he got closer, too close, he seen it was a little boy on a bicycle. He slammed on his brakes, he slid across the pavement and hit the little boy. He jumped out of his car, ran around to the front, and there was the little boy, unconscious, laying on the pavement. He got up, he got back into his car, he backed up, and he drove away, leaving the little boy there on the pavement. Several minutes later, a truck driver was too, driving the same mountain road. The sun had set now, and in the light from his headlights, he seen something. He didn't quite know what it was. He thought it was probably an animal or something. He would move out of the way by the time he got there. But when it was too late, he seen it was a child on the road. He slammed on his brakes, and he hit the little boy. He jumped out of the truck, he picked up that little boy, put him into the truck, and drove him to the nearest hospital. When they got to the hospital, the doctors and the nurses, with all the speed and the skill that they had, tried to save the little boy. But he died in the early hours of the morning. Later on in the morning, when people heard of what had happened, that there had been a hit and run, someone left the little boy there on the road, they were outraged that someone would be so heartless as to do that. That morning, the president from the paper mill company was getting ready, straightening his tie, putting on his suit coat, when his little boy ran into the room. He said, "Dad, I was just outside, and Dad, there's this huge dent in the car. What happened?" He said, "Oh, it's okay. I'll take care of it. You just go along and play." That day he went to work, but he couldn't concentrate. In the back of his mind, he was just constantly saying, "It was my fault. It was my fault. I should have done something." And around lunchtime, he went to the police station and he turned himself in. When this got out that it was the president of the paper mill company who had hit that little boy and left him there, people were shocked. His family and his friends could hardly believe it. A few days later, a reporter was interviewing him, and the question came up, why would you do that? Why would you hit that little boy and then just do absolutely nothing about it? And the reporter listened as he told a story from his childhood. You see, when he was a boy, his dad had a pocket watch. He was proud of his dad's pocket watch. It was gold. It had really nice design on it. It had his name engraved on it. And this little boy, he wanted to show his friends his dad's pocket watch. And he asked him over and over again if he could take it to school to show his friends. But again, over and over, his dad said no. Well, one day after his dad had already left for work, he went to where his dad kept his pocket watch. He took it, he wrapped it up in tissue paper and put it in his pocket and took it to school. At recess time, he gathered all of his friends around, took it out of his pocket, and he showed his friends. And whoa, they wanted to see it. Now they wanted to hold this really, really nice pocket watch. So one by one, each boy held it. And as one boy was passing it to the next, it slipped and it fell to the ground and smashed into pieces. Well, the little boy got down and he picked up all the pieces, wrapped them back up, and put them in his pocket. After school, he ran home and put it where his dad kept his pocket watch. And that evening, when his dad asked him if he knew better, if he had broken his pocket watch, he said, "No, I don't know anything about it. I didn't break it." You see, that day, when he lied to his dad about the pocket watch, he didn't want to suffer the consequences. So he started a pattern from that day on. He told first one lie, then another lie, and soon it became a pattern, a habit for him. And that day, when he hit that little boy on the road, he not only ran away from there because he was scared, but because he didn't want to face the consequences. So it is incredibly important that you teach your children the importance of honesty, of truthfulness. In the Bible, it says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." And that is a promise from a God who never lies.